So here we are in Indianapolis, Indiana. I made some new friends today, and I've got Dr. Tim Kreig, Director of Secondary Curriculum, School City of Hobart. Good to have you with us today. You've made great comments already, but now we're going to have you make more. And also Laura Butgereit. Can I just, you're going to have to tell me how to say this.
Butgereit.
Butgereit. I got it. Okay, so I probably won't say that too many times on this video because I'll screw it up. Okay, so Laura.
Yes.
Director of College and Career Readiness, MSc of Warren Township.
Mm-hmm.
Good. There's been a few Warren people here today, right? Just one or two? Well, a lot of Warren people. Well, we've had a really good conversation today. What I want to start with is, from your perspective right now in your school, what are you most proud of? I'm going to start with you.
One of the things I would say I'm most proud of with our school is that we've embraced an identity where we're the Brickies. So School City of Hobart, Northwest Indiana, we're the Brickies. We've embraced a mindset of being excellent on purpose. And so it's pretty neat. It's led by our superintendent, Dr. Buffington, and people recognize other people for being excellent on purpose. We talk a lot about culture, but this is something that's deliberate where you are rewarding people, acknowledging people for just going above and beyond in little ways, in big ways, in subtle ways. And it's really changed our culture. So I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, that's very cool. I like it a lot. Okay, Laura, what are your response to the same question? What are you most proud of?
As an educator here for over 25 years in the district, we just completed our strategic plan, and we talk about the journey of a graduate. You know, a lot of schools have that portrait of a graduate and what we want our students to be prepared to do. I don't think that's unique in terms of education. We're always preparing our students to be successful in whatever that path is.
Yeah.
What makes me proud about our district is, and we even say we're the pride of the far east side of Indianapolis. I mean, it's in our identity. And I would say that we invest in the journey of our educators and our administrators and our families and our students. And so I don't know that I know of any other district around central Indiana, at least, that really takes care of and invests in our people and our families and making sure that we're giving our teachers, our students, and families everything that they need to be successful, not just from the instructional educational part, but making sure the school environment, the climate, the family support, and that is there for everybody.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so hang on to that. I want to actually ask you next, and now I kind of know you a little better, your takeaways from today. You want to go first? Let's go this way, and then the next question I'll go the other way. Okay?
Takeaways from today. So we're talking about learning futures. We're talking about artificial intelligence. I would piggyback off that. We are not a rival Indianapolis school. We're in Northwest Indiana, so all love here. You know, one way that we look at this is you take things that are not in your control, right? So there's legislation, there's bureaucracy, there's stuff that happens. And you say, what can we do with that? How can I turn something that's out of my control into an opportunity? And for us, you take early college and career readiness that was mentioned. In 2018, we launched an early college, Hobart University. To date, I mean, it's been a huge success, saving parents, saving students, almost $10 million now to date. That's the way that you approach a challenge, turn it into an opportunity. Let's talk about AI. This is happening. Artificial intelligence, way before any of us were talking about ChatGPT or Grok or what have you, was here. And so what do we do with it? Several years ago, our superintendent and I were contacted by Sal Khan Academy. It was pretty neat. He was like, hey, you guys want to hop on a Zoom call? One thing led to another, and it led to being cited in his somewhat newly released book, Brave New Words. And that led to being part of a beta test. And we started to use AI as a large language model as a tool. What I'm learning today that I'm very excited about is not just using AI as a tool, but infusing AI into an existing system and navigating toward AI as a mind and looking at ways to move past AI as a tool and really looking at how can AI serve us in the long haul beyond just a tool that we use like many other tools. And so I'm very excited about that. I learned about Omni AI. I put my name down that I want to join. Another thing that I'm learning about, there's studies in Indiana right now to look at the Carnegie unit. What is a
Good.
credit?
Good.
What is seat time? And I'm learning that there's ways in which perhaps we can use AI to maximize human connection and do things in an automated way we've talked about with scheduling and being creative and flexible with what a course is, what personalization is, etc. So I learned a lot.
Wow, that's good. You told me about the study you guys are doing because I think you're the first state in the nation that's doing that. See time and yeah, I'm so bored with Carnegie Unit. Blah blah blah. See time. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Over to you. So takeaways.
So I would ditto so many of that. I think my biggest aha was the AI tool to the infrastructure.
Yeah.
And that really struck a chord with me, really is making me think. People that work with me know I'm fascinated with AI, and I've been exploring that and get so excited about different ways that we can use that to do our jobs better, to make us more efficient, how we can enhance education and services. So that really hit me a lot. I really enjoyed hearing from Michelle and the way that technology and utilizing that in such a creative way, the floating concept, the floating classes, and really prioritizing those services to students and maximizing that. And I really enjoyed the conversation around the human component. I think people, as they learn about AI, there's that standard, it's going to take all of our jobs or it's going to take over. And I really enjoyed, I don't feel that way. Like I said, I'm excited about AI and I think there's so much potential. I loved the conversation combining both the AI and the human component. And I feel like today, some of the questions and conversations we had are going to make me better equipped to have those conversations with the people on my team and our administrators.
That's good. That's very positive. I feel very gratified that you said that. Like, that makes me feel really good because there does need to be a balance, right? We're human. We have to, hold hands and go forward into the future and protect ourselves. Yeah, somebody was mentioning Schwarzenegger movies to me earlier, and what else? Yeah, Terminator, right? People are afraid of that. But we should talk about the future, and we should lead towards the future. And everybody's a leader, right? You can be a leader in a classroom. You can be a mid-tier leader. You can be a principal of a whole school. You can be running a program like you guys do. You can be a superintendent. You could be somebody at the state level trying to put the policies and funding in place. But everybody is a leader. So let's have a final question just for you guys. You go first this time. We'll put him on the spot second. Let's talk about the future. What do you see happening? You got a lot of pointers from all of us today. Like, everyone spoke, not just me and not just Michelle. It's different. What do you see?
I think that's really challenging to try to imagine what that's going to look like. You talked about the speed at which AI is developing. And I think about, we talked at my table about, I remember the very first time I used AI officially. Now, we've all had AI with chatbots and those type of things before we really knew it was AI. But I remember specifically when my brother showed me ChatGPT. And so I think about, that was not very long ago, and just my own very limited knowledge and experience, how much that's changed just in that short period of time. So I think for me, it's very difficult to think about what's a year, 2 years, 5 years from now going to look like at the rate that this is changing and innovating everything that we do. As in education, I believe it, in my mind, it's going to require a lot of learning, intentionality, making sure that as a district, as leaders, as principals, counselors, educators, working with our families, we need to be informed and we need to be aware of these changes and things that are happening so that we are on top of taking advantage of the things that can help, but that we're also not missing out on opportunities or falling behind in that. So it's intimidating, I think, because there is so much out there to be learned and to figure out as we go. So it's, I don't know, for me, it's really hard to think about what that looks like, right? Just even 2-3 years down the road.
Yeah. But you're willing. So rah you, right? Like, good for you. That's awesome. All right.
I heard a lot there, which I love, about being conscientious, right? I don't know either. I'm not a soothsayer what the future holds, but I have a 4-year-old daughter, and so I'm vested. And I know there's a lot of parents out there, uncles, aunts, etc., grandparents. I have a daughter, and my wife and I are both educators. And so if you know anything about the rule of 85 in Indiana, we got a long way to go, right? And we're in this thing. And so I think part of what the future has to hold is, what are our non-negotiables? What are the things that we say, this is a non-negotiable? We will do this. This is what we believe in. This is what we are doing as educators. And then if everything else is a matter of serving that, then that's the way we frame it, and that's the way we keep it in the bounds. I'm not a bowler, okay? But I think about bowling. What is a way that we can put up sometimes the bumpers, right?
Love the bumpers, just so you know.
Yeah.
As a bowler myself.
Yeah.
I can't
Still
bowl without
bowling.
bumpers.
Right? Talk about scaffolds in education.
Yeah.
And eventually you take those bumpers off and you got to really bowl. So I'm not sure what it'll look like, but I guarantee it'll look different. And I would also say it looks different than it did 10 years ago, 15 years ago. You referenced Arnold Schwarzenegger. I could reference Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
Right? You got to be agile. You got to be stretchy.
I love stretchy too.
I'm also, I think we're going to have to figure out, are we tough? Do you seriously love kids? Are you in this for the right reasons? Because if we talk about Carol Dweck, growth mindset, easier said than done.
Yeah.
Are you living on a regular basis, actively growing and being willing to change? Are you nimble? And that is not a temporary status. It's an ongoing thing. And so if we are willing to do that and adjust and pivot and change, Friends episode about that, pivot, then I think wherever we go, we'll be okay. I'll finish in saying, I always believe, for me, I don't know where it'll be, but I always think you got to stay true. And I wrote my 3 P's down: passion, purpose, possibilities. What are you passionate about? What's your purpose? I, as an educator, need to make sure that I'm providing you with the possibilities to pursue those passions, to fulfill your purpose. Everything else, AI, everything else is a means to that end. And it's an exploration, and it's ongoing. I think the last thing, I guess I said that before, but the last thing that I would say is, it's going to be careers and fields and things that we don't even know exist yet. And that's okay.
Yes. I love that you said all that. All right. So we have, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Does anybody in the audience have any burning questions? We were talking about something just before we went to the panel with you as a principal. Like, where is this all going? You have any thoughts on that you want to ask the panel about? No? Okay. I scared him. Right. I scared him totally. Well, I think that this has been an excellent conversation. And we really have, I've learned a lot about Indiana. I love you guys now. You're my family. This is my new family, Indiana. Don't tell the people in Arkansas. But this is really awesome, and I think you're very lovely people. The whole mood here was just, it's very welcoming. It means like what you're doing back home in your schools is you're welcoming change. You're up to it. You're not like overly rah-rah, but you're not like overly like resistant and skeptical either, right? You're kind of in the middle, and I like that. I think that's the exactly right approach for what you guys are doing. So I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being with me. Okay, so let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Okay.